What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to QVO Games. My name is Juan. Thank you so much for being here. I appreciate it so much. This video is going to be about the games coming to retail the week of June 26th. We have 4 games that I could pinpoint the release date for. Keep in mind, some of these are going to be releasing this week, and I have release dates for 2 of these games. So there are other games that I've noticed are saying they're releasing in June, but I couldn't really pinpoint to see if they really are releasing in June. So, of course, I've also reached out to some publishers, and they have yet to reach back out to me. But however, the video must come out on Monday. We have to make sure you're informed. We have all the games out, and yeah, let's actually jump right in. Yeah. So, quick disclaimer: these are the games. These are the retail release dates for the games coming out in the U.S. Some of these games may have already been released in other regions of the world, and you might have already seen reviews. The other content creators have created content on it already. It just depends and varies. But yeah. So, last thing is that it's going to be, due to the global shipping crisis right now going on, some of these games may be delayed a little bit. They may end up coming a little bit week later. However, I'll make sure to update you in the following video if there is a delay that I've noticed, or if you notice a delay that I may have missed. Definitely please put it in the comments so we can make sure we can add it to the description and make sure everyone's informed. Awesome. Let's get into the games, yeah? First things first, by the op and AEG, it's Smash Up. So if you haven't played Smash Up, you basically are choosing 2 different factions, and there's a bajillion of IPs. There's a lot of different IPs for this game, and I'll go over this in a bit. You grab 2 different decks, right? You put them together, and your whole goal is to gain victory points by taking over different bases, right? The games all play pretty similar with small changes with each faction, essentially. So for Smash Up here, Disney Edition is the one that's coming out, and this is the game releasing this week. I'm not entirely sure the exact date, I just know it's going to be released this week. So this one's going to be the Disney Edition, and it's going to have a couple of different Disney characters, and you just pick your 2 decks and you play the game. There's also a Munchkin one, there's a Marvel one. The original Smash Up is there's like zombies, pirates, there's different factions. So yeah, that's basically what Smash Up is. It's a lot of cards, it's a big card game, and I think it's actually a pretty good game. I really enjoyed it when I played it once. I want to play it a couple more times just to kind of get a good handle of it. I have yet to own my own copy, however, yet. Maybe Disney will be the one I pick up. But yeah, so far it looks pretty good. I like the card art as well. I'm a Disney fan. I'm not the biggest Disney fan, but I do enjoy Disney. Grew up with all these characters, of course, and watching the movies. I used to binge watch them when I was a kid and just grab a handful of movies and just go into my room and just lock myself up and just watch movies on my VHS all the time. So it's going to be Smash Up, releasing this week by the op and AEG. Coming up next is going to be Soundbox by Horrible Guild. So this game was actually on Kickstarter not too long ago. And it's actually a pretty cool party game. So the game itself, you have one person who is blindfolded or have these glasses here on, and you're essentially trying to guess what the rest of the players who are going to be reenacting different noises all at the same time, and you're trying to guess what that noise is. It's a cooperative game, and if you see here, you have a victory tracker here, and you have a health tracker here. You do lose if you guess things wrong. There's also another cool feature where someone else is a recorder, and they record the sounds that the person is making, and yeah, you're also being timed. So the game looks cool. It has over 150 cards apparently, so definitely the replayability is probably there. It seems like a pretty cool party game, something more different than charades, or even when you're bringing a social deduction game every time there's a party, or you have more than 6 players over for game night. Definitely a good one to pick up. Yeah. I do think... Oh, they also have a really good video, by the way. This is actually a really fun video. This was their Kickstarter video. And it looks like there's a lot of great pictures, too. They look cool. I do think it looks like a cool game. I am kind of having the FOMO of the fact that they have a Kickstarter exclusive box that looked really cool. And yeah, that was definitely my thing. However, Horrible Guild is actually... They look like they've been doing a pretty good job with their games. I'm really enjoying Railroad Inc., which is really fun. So yeah, I definitely think Soundbox sounds like a pretty cool game. If it's a game you think your party will enjoy, definitely pick it up. Coming up next is going to be Yak by Plan B Games. So this is an interesting one. So Yak is basically a game where you're trying to build a tower by collecting different resources. And it's really interesting that way. I've been reading about it, and it looks pretty simple. The rulebook is right on their website as well, by the way. And also they have a launch offer. Keep in mind, so if you buy or pre-order now from the website, you also get a mini expansion that adds different birds to the bag where you're pulling the stones and stuff like that. So this I here, let's see if I can get a good zoom in on these pictures here for us. The components look really cool. I mean, look at that. Like, you have little yak meeples. There's your little towers you're building, the resources you're collecting. I think it's wheat, milk, and bread. It looks interesting. It looks really cool. Yeah, the game so far, seems really simple, which is not too bad for a game. The game, I couldn't really understand too well how exactly it plays to the full extent. However, you're basically trying to get your yaks to go around. They're collecting different resources, and you're trying to pull them into your player board or your play area to try to then build your tower. And your towers can't match exactly the way you're building them up. And if you notice, they stack in towers of like 3, 2, 1. And that's your whole goal of the game. This is Yak by Plan B Games, and this is going to be releasing July 1st. Coming up next is a Path to Carcosa expansion for Arkham Horror the card game. Also releasing July 1st by Fantasy Flight Games. So I talked about this a couple times. Arkham Horror, the card game, is essentially a LCG. So you're trying to it's an LCG, and you have like a bunch of different expansions and campaign stuff. I really enjoyed Arkham Horror, and I really enjoy even playing its other counterparts, which is like Marvel Champions and the Lord of the Rings LCG as well. There's a lot of content for this, and this is going to be a campaign expansion, so it adds some more story. And there's also like a lot of characters too. This isn't like the first time they've done this. This isn't like the first expansion, and I think they're also re-implementing them. So I am new to the Arkham Horror LCG hype, I guess you can say. So I've been playing since the new base set came out. However, and that's when I've been keeping up with it as well. They are probably re-releasing everything and making it a little more accessible as well, because before, with the original Arkham Horror, the card game, you had to buy like two different. It's always a 4-player game, right? It's a 2 to 4 player game, 1 to 4 player game. You can play it solo as well. You had to buy 2 base sets to play 4 players, and in the revised core set, you have everything you need to start a 4-player game, which is really cool and really good on them. But however, they're re-releasing everything, and this is going to be the re-release for the Path to Carcosa campaign expansion. Yeah, it looks like like I said, I really enjoy this game. $70 US dollars for a bunch of cards. I mean, I'm not sure, but I would definitely have to look into this. That's quite a bit. However, yeah, this is released on July 1st. We did do a little bit of bleed over into the other month just because it's this week. However, I'll make sure to update you guys next week in the next week video as well with a little bit of information of the fact that we are doing the other games the following week. Cool. And that was it. That's the games that I was able to pinpoint the release dates for. These are the games coming to retail the week of June 26. Definitely 4 games. They all look pretty good, honestly. I'm kind of really excited to try out. At very least, I want to give Soundbox a try. And Yak. I've played Smash Up before, and I do like Smash Up, so if a friend brings it out, I'll definitely be open to play it. However, I don't really see myself picking it up anytime soon. So cool. The Path to Carcosa campaign expansion also, I will more than likely be buying that, even though the price seems a little high for a bunch of cards. Could be wrong, the content could be there, so definitely have to look into that. So yeah, all these games are coming out this week, and they all seem pretty solid, so definitely check them out. If you have any questions, or if you have any questions about the games, or something you might keep in mind, or if there is a error here somewhere, definitely let me know so we can update that. And if you see any games that you think that you know are coming out this week that are not mentioned, let me know so we can update them in the details as well, description, or even put them in next week's video as an update. Thank you so much for watching. I appreciate it. Have a good day. Bye.